Hey, what's up, everyone? We're back with another BKFC Reddit Ask Me Anything. We're joined by the guy with the cool, the cool hair, G the Cutman. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing today?
Good. So, the Reddit's always kind of funny because when before everybody knew who you were, women would come in the Reddit and they would say, "Who is the good-looking cut guy?" And I had no idea. And then I finally met you, and then you came out as a fighter. But like for the longest time, we would have people come in all the time. Who is that? And I'd say, I don't know. He's a cut man. And now people get to know you as G the cut man, and you're a fighter. It's great.
Man, I mean, I get asked every time, man, how do you do your hair? I'm like, it's easy, just wet it and put some hairspray. And they're like, that's it.
My wife was like, he has the most beautiful hair, but he said it's such a pain. And I was like, that's a
It
lot of
is,
hair.
man. It is. It's a pain in the butt to keep this hair up, especially fight day, you know?
My son told me the greatest thing. He goes, I met G in California. I said, yeah. He said, he gave me a present. I said, oh, what did he give you? And he sent me a picture of him with the girls. And he goes, G brought these two girls. And he says, here's your present, buddy.
Now I saw him and I was wondering who they were, and I got to meet them, and I was
Yeah.
talking to him, and I was like, I got something for you later. So then, as I'm coming down, I was like, hey, I got you something. He's like, what? And then I just had him take pictures with the ring girls.
Yeah, he thought it was great. Did you want to be a boxer first, or did you want to be a cut man first?
So I was a boxer. I was a boxer since I was 10 years old. So I've been
Okay.
boxing since I was 10. I've been a two-time Golden Glove champion, two-time Silver Glove champion.
Wow.
And then I had to stop because I had to pay bills, obviously, and
Sure.
I became a Cutman, and I did that for boxing for a long time. And then, the organization came around, and I talked to Dave Feldman. He's like, "You want a job?" Yeah, no problem. I got a job with. First, I started with him as a driver.
Okay.
I was picking up the guys from the airport, bringing them back. And
Sure.
then he figured out that I was a cutman. He was like, "Hey, you want to be our cutman?" I was like, "For yeah, why not?" So then I started doing that. I was like, "Man, I can fight this. I mean, I've been a boxer all my life, so why
Sure.
not? Why not fight? So I did my first fight back in December of like 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been active ever since, except for 1 year since I hurt my shoulder.
Okay, I guess without like I don't if you don't want to talk about it, but we know you had hurt your shoulder. Was it pretty severe, or was it like could you was there any way you could continue, or like there was just no way you could continue?
There is no way. I mean, I could have, but they saw me with one arm, and they were
Sure,
like, "Hey, you can't fight with one arm. Sorry,
sure,
but I'm not gonna let that happen." The doctors, they see things in the corner, so they're like, "We're stopping the fight."
sure. So you were in the same corner. I cornered Tommy Stridham in Omaha, and you were in the same corner. I have not washed this arm yet because I was putting ice on Tommy, and you're like doctoring Tommy up, and you kept rubbing your face against my arm, and I was like, oh, G's face touched my arm, so now I refuse to wash my arm because it's good luck.
Yeah, everybody, listen, man. Everybody who's corner I work in, they're like, "Yo, you're my good luck charm." I'm
Yeah,
like, "What do you mean, I'm the lucky charm or something?" They're like, definitely, you my lucky good luck charm.
it
It's
was
funny,
super
man.
interesting to see how intense you were. Like you would tell me, all right, 30 seconds, 15 seconds, and you're getting up. Like it's crazy to watch you work. I mean, because when we're watching on the TV, all we see is, you jump in the ring and you do it. Like, but you don't miss anything. Like, how do you stay so focused?
Man, I don't really watch the fight. I really like focus on the fighter mostly because I really got to know what's going on with him, where's he bleeding from, because I got to be ready to hop on that spot ASAP, and I only got 60 seconds to get the fighter ready. So my job is to make sure that he's in the best shape as possible, so the doctors won't stop the fight, the ref won't stop the fight, and he can continue to the next rounds.
Okay, so this has been my issue. You become friends with these guys. You are clearly friends with almost everybody on the roster. Does it make it harder to do your job, or does it make it easier for you to do your job?
No, I'm just a regular guy. Like I'm cool with everybody. I don't got no
Yeah,
animosity against nobody. If I'm in your corner and I'm helping you out, I'm gonna do my best of my ability to make sure that you are okay, and I have that relationship with you to trust me enough to work on you. But
sure.
yeah, it's a, I greet them every. I agree. When I do the stats and stuff, I take their measurements. So I greet them. I tell them who I am, and we create a bond. And I'm telling them, okay, you're in the blue corner, so I'm gonna be your cut man. So I tell them, I just have a little conversation with them, and we just create a bond, man. It's just crazy.
Has any of the have you had any negative interactions where like you thought you were doing a good job and the fighter didn't like you for some reason? Like, have you had any negative since you've been the BKFC Cutman or nothing really yet?
Never, bro. Never, what I'm saying? Like everybody, I'm cool with everybody. I don't talk smack to nobody. At the end of the fight, whether you lose or win, they come to me and say, "Hey, man, you did a beautiful job on me. You did an amazing job." Even after the fight, they're like, "Yo," they even message me like, "Hey, man, you did a great job. I really appreciate you. Like, oh, yeah, man, I'm here for you."
Can you tell us maybe who the other Cutmen are? Because like you're the only Cutman that I know. Could you tell us? Like, I mean, do we have some regular guys? Like, just to kind of give them a shout out and I guess kind of tell
Yeah, so we
everybody.
got we got Eddie Ramirez, which he's also one of our head cut man as well, and then we have Pat McPherson as well.
Okay.
Pat, he came on about I believe a year ago, and he's been with us. He's really good as well. So it's just three of us right now, and we get like local cutmans that want to learn and not learn, but like they want to come on and prove themselves. So we tell them how it's done, how we do things, and like I try to teach everybody the same way so they can it wouldn't be different. This how we do it. This how you got to do it. If you don't do it this way, then it's not gonna work.
Okay, so is there any special training I mean, did you have to take a class or did you go to school? Like, how do you become a Cutman?
So I became a cut man when I was like 16 years old.
Oh
I,
wow. Okay.
legally I couldn't really work corners at 16, so I just watched Nelson, and actually Nelson's actually the one that was teaching me for a long time. And as soon as I hit 18, Nelson had all these fighters, and he'll send me off to Puerto Rico. He'll send me off to all
Wow.
these boxing events, the Zone, Top Rank. I actually was in the corner with Floyd Mayweather at one time.
That's
Was
cool.
doing his cuts and stuff. But yeah, man, it's been a long journey as a cut man. Like a lot of experience. Basically, a lot of experience, man. A lot of teaching, a lot of working with fighters. Is everybody asks me, man, is it easy to become a cut man? I said anybody can become a cut man. You just gotta have the experience and know what the heck you're doing. Because
Sure.
if you can't help the fighter, then what are you there for?
The worst cut that you've seen, has it been in boxing or BKFC?
The worst cut I've ever seen, I think, has been BKFC.
Okay. Yeah, some of those guys like leak. And
I
I
mean,
know like
it's
HIPAA
it's
and stuff
just
like
a,
that, you can't reveal too much, but
it's just laceration. I mean, it's just stitches, and you good to go. But nothing like serious.
sure. No, and I think that's one of the reasons why everybody likes BKFC is like, yeah, you get some stitches, but at least you walk away relatively healthy.
Yeah, I mean, in boxing, you rarely get cut. If you do, it's like an elbow or headbutt. It's like you got gloves in your hand, so it's a little different.
I was impressed. Again, I'm going to go back to Tommy because I was so close. I was impressed with the other corner because Tommy had really got the guy swole up, and to watch how much you guys can get the swelling out of a man's face in 60 seconds, like it is amazing to watch you guys watch you guys work, and I think it's great.
Oh man, it's an amazing job, man. I love what I do. I love helping the fighters. I love I love when I can stop a cut from bleeding, and that fighter can continue into the next three, four, five, six. You know what I'm saying? Whatever
Yeah.
rounds, and it's amazing that I can do my job well.
Okay, so let's talk fighting. I mean, a lot of people thought I clearly thought you were winning against Bryce. Is that a fight that you want to run back, or was the weight discrepancy like you did it once and you're good?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, if I have the opportunity, of course I want to run it back. It's not that I don't consider that a loss.
No.
To me, I'm still undefeated. Especially in the 125 division. Bryce Hall, yes, I went up 30 pounds, but I
Yeah.
was beating him up, with one hand, and luckily he didn't know I only had one hand, but I didn't show him. But yeah, I tore my labrum on my shoulder. I pulled the tendon. two
Okay.
herniated discs on my neck. Like it was the whole left side was gone.
Yeah, so it's crazy because a lot of people are like, "Oh, it didn't look that bad," but I mean, now to hear you like describe what happened, and like I said, a lot of people were like, "Oh, did he take the easy way out?" And like I said, you were clearly winning, so I don't know why you would have gave up. If you know what I mean,
Nah,
like,
man, I'd rather die in that ring than quit. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't stop that fight. The doctor stopped that fight.
right.
So, hey, the doctor's always right. So it was beneficial for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have got hurt even worse if
Sure.
if they wouldn't stop the fight. You only got one hand to fight. So it is what it is.
Okay, your upcoming opponent, he likes to talk trash. You are not a trash talker. And I saw that he's already started a little bit. Does that, I mean, you've been in the game since you were 10. That doesn't get in your head at all, does it?
At all, man. I mean, anybody can talk all the crap they want. The day comes, it's gonna be me and you in that ring. As soon as you hit that line, it's on. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm there to do one job, and I'm gonna do my job well, and my job is to take you out, and 100%. That the day comes, and he's gonna know that I'm not here to play.
The 125 division right now is kind of, I mean, you got John Dotson, who's like a big name, and you got Aguero, who just had the draw against him. But literally, one big win from you, and you could be facing John Dotson next. Like, it seems like 125 has like that, like flexibility where you don't know who's going to fight next for the belt. Is a John Dotson fight the something you're interested in? They're bringing over the guy from Ryzen. Is that a fight that you're interested? Like, what do you want? Do you want to chase that belt, or is it kind of more easy for you to be flexible and take other fights and then still work for the company?
If I'll take any fight that comes, I don't back up from any fight. If the
Sure.
belt comes, respectfully, I'm gonna have to fight for the belt. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not here to pick and choose. I'm here to fight. I'm here, to show my fans and everybody to give everybody a nice show. I'm not here to choose. If they want me to choose they want me to fight that guy, I'll fight that guy. They want me to fight John Dobson, I'll fight John Dobson. You know what I'm saying? If there's a belt on the line, by all means, I got blessed.
How do you deal with, you're a celebrity now? Like, you are recognized. You have a very unique look. You're a celebrity now. Like, do you get noticed quite a bit? Like, I mean, is it interesting? Is it
Man,
difficult?
everywhere I go, everybody notice the cut man. Hey, aren't you the cut man? The one that fights and do the cuts. I'm like, yeah, man, how you doing? Like, everybody, I'm nice to everybody. I'm not that type of person that's not gonna say hi to you or take a picture with you. Like, I was amazed because I was in California, and I promise you, everywhere I went, like, yo, you're the cut man. Let me take a picture. Like, yeah, come on, man, let's go. How you doing? I had a conversation with him. I signed some autographs. I signed him some pictures, whatever. I'm that guy that you come to me, I'm gonna say hi to you. I'm gonna take pictures of you. The kids love me. I take pictures of all the kids, man. It's amazing.
Okay, so I love to ask questions and get people to send in. So little Serge wants you to tell us about hog hunting with your dog and dragging, going through alligator infested water. He goes, that guy is a madman. You have to ask him about wild pig hunting with his dog.
Well, man, I started hog hunting with dogs when I was 15 years old.
Sure.
And I saw it one time and I was like, man, I like the sport. I like the fact that you have your dogs, you train your dogs. The dogs go out there, they trail this hog down. You don't know where there's at, and the adrenaline rush when the dog bark is crazy. You don't know what you're going through. You don't know how many canals you're gonna run into. You know how many swamp you're gonna go through to just get to your dog. And then
Sure.
once you get there, you see this hog tied up by his dogs, and you grab it, leg it, tie it, put the dogs away, and then you have to grab this hog, put it on your neck, and take it right back where you came from.
I've never done it in Florida, but I've absolutely done it in Texas. I used to have Dogo Argentinos. Like, what kind of dogs do you have?
So I used to have Dogos Argentino as well.
Okay.
I actually use those for catch dogs,
Sure.
and then I have my trail dogs where they're Louisiana yellow blackmouth curs,
Okay.
and then I had they called it the cracker cur, Florida cracker cur, which was a pit bull mixed with a blackmouth, Louisiana blackmouth. So that made the
Okay.
Florida cracker cur. I think
Okay.
those are the best dogs I've ever had, man.
my friend has a Catahoula, and it is the most headstrong like dog. Like, but I mean, yeah, like I used to love like listening to the dogs, and you know, you hunters that know, like you're like, oh, okay, he's baying, or like, oh, he's on a trail. Like it's in the different barks that the dogs up here now. Like in Wisconsin, the big thing is hunting bears with dogs, and you might have to come try that sometime.
That's crazy. I'm down. I would love to do that, man. I mean, it's probably a good adrenaline experience. Really a little
Right.
dangerous too, right?
I feel like it's got to be just as dangerous as pigs, because I mean I've seen some bad stuff with the pigs too. But
I mean, I've out of all, I had a couple dogs that that been in battle wounds, and they haven't came out pretty good. So
sure.
the hog won that time.
So you have a very famous girlfriend. Who gets recognized more, you or Caitlin?
Um,
It's you,
obviously,
right?
I mean, I'm on there the most, so they recognize me the most, but she's very recognizable. Like you can't miss her. You know what I'm saying? Like everywhere you go, I know who you are. Can we get an autograph? Can we get a picture?
It is kind of crazy that you guys are so approachable. Like I every time you go to an event, she's out there talking to people after the event over. Like it's just so nice to see that you guys are so down to earth and so open to talking to people. And you get to like, I mean, it's kind of like the perfect job. You get to travel all over the United States, all over the world potentially, and you get to do it with someone you love. And you get like when I was in Omaha, you were going to the zoo. Like you get to do all this fun stuff. Like it's like every day seems like a vacation for you almost.
I mean, it's amazing, man. It's amazing to have the job that we have, and it's amazing to have the people around us that we have, and I'm happy to have her as on my side as my
Sure.
partner. You know what I'm saying? So she's good to me. I'm good to her. As long as we respect each other, that's all that matters, man.
Have you thought about letting her corner you for this upcoming fight?
Um, No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that because it really gets intense in there, and
Sure,
she's good where she's at right now. She's good as a ring girl. She's in a so I got my corner mans, I got my coaches and stuff. So
sure. Okay, well, I appreciate you. You're one of the first fighters slash cut guys to come on the Reddit and join the Reddit and chat with people. So I appreciate your time. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to before we call it good?
man, yeah, I want to give a shout out to Raynello Management. I want to give a shout out to Dynamic Wellness. I want to give a shout out to Incaholics. I want to give a shout out to Nelson Lopez. He's my manager. He's he's put me through, this whole camp, his whole thing. And also I want to give a shout out to BKFC, man, for having us as fighters there, and having a platform for the guys to really show their showcase, and I want to thank everybody that's around the company. I want to thank everybody.
For sure. All right, man. Well, we look forward to watching the ring again. I look forward to hanging out with you again, and my family. Like I said, both my wife literally was sitting with me right before you came on, and she's like, "Oh, I'll laugh too much if you talk to him." But she's like, "Oh, I want to see G. I want to talk to him." And I was like, "All right, well, later." So that's funny.
That's cool, man. You have a great family, man. I got an experience to talk to them, chill with them for a little bit. You have a great family, great son too.
All
Very
right, thanks.
respectful.
I appreciate that very much. Thanks, G. All right,
Yes,
buddy.
sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.